another episode of Primos, Chidos. I'm of course joined by.
What's up, everyone? Happy Thursday.
It is your girl, Jules.
We could have dissected its walls.
Nothing's embarrassing if you do it in a comic way. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, kill that blow up pussy.
One time I went on a date with this girl who had been jumped the night before.
What?
I thought we got each other's rooms.
But we're bringing back cringe, bro. Cringe corner is back.
Like, oh my gosh, kids, it's Dr. Fauci. Yeah, so.
See, we broke that virginity.
Yeah. And I remember.
Don't say it that way.
I remember.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Primos Chidos. As always, I am your host, Jules, and of course, I am here with the boys, Steve and Brandon. Say what's up, you guys.
What's up, dude? How you guys doing? Happy Thursday. Brandon, how you doing, man?
Doing good. Doing.
So today, you guys, we have a very special guest. Our guest, Heylin Lopez.
Hello, everyone. I love the audience already. Love the vibes.
Rep your set, rep your set. Where are you from?
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm Heylin Lopez. I'm from Palmdale. It's literally 30 minutes from Six Flags, if y'all don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I also used to, when I was born, I lived in the San Fernando Valley. So Van Nuys, shout out to them. That's where my
Okay.
mom is from, my dad.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm excited to be on the show, you guys. Excited for this
Nice.
adventure.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Explore together.
We're excited to have you today.
We actually hyped up who was going to do the tarot card reading. So it's about that time for the reveal.
Hmm.
Which one of us will it be?
Who do y'all think it'll be? Is it Brandon, Steve, or Jules?
I don't know. We didn't have a setup for like revealing who it would be. So
Yeah.
just straight up, it's Brandon.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Just being honest. Like, there's no special intro for it. Yeah. So
So we're gonna be having Heylin do a reading for Brandon.
Let's see.
So let's see how it goes. Heylin, you can
Mhm.
go ahead and take it away.
What's the
Yes.
process? What do I do?
Alright, so first of all, let me introduce the cards that I have. So we have the Rebel deck right here.
You mind
I just
moving
got
closer to the mic a little bit?
Yeah. We have the Rebel deck. And this one is an Oracle card. There's two differences between cards. So I have the Oracle and I have the Tarot cards. The Tarot cards has the Pentacles, Coins, Wands, and Swords. Those are the main ones that usually people use. For example, Aaron uses them as well. My LS, my line sister.
Shout out.
And then for me, I just got the Oracle deck like 6 months ago, and it has said a lot. Like, it's blunt. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's really good. But yeah, so how the process goes, I'm gonna start off with the Rebel deck first.
Okay.
I preferably started off with that because it just tells you straight up like how it's gonna go or what you need to hear right now.
Okay.
And then from there, I'll explain the tarot cards when we get there. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm excited. So
How do you feel, Brandon? Initial thoughts?
I'm always ready.
all right,
Alright.
let's get her done.
What do I got to do? I
So-
just sit here?
Yeah, you just sit here,
Okay.
and then I'm just gonna shuffle cards, and I will know when to stop. And then from there, I'll read you the cards that are here.
Okay.
Present.
Sounds good to me.
So, yeah. So I'm shuffling right now.
It's like ASMR,
It is.
making me very relaxed. Would it be disrespectful if I took a nap?
I don't know. Would it?
I don't know. I don't want to mess with your energy pool, you know?
My
Oh,
energy pool?
Yeah. Bro, those cards. You see?
I'm so scared.
all right. We'll stop
Okay.
right there.
Let's see.
So we have "You Are Loved."
Okay. Good to know.
You are here for a reason. Don't fuck it up.
Okay.
Wow.
And then the second one, "Fuck fear." It will lie to your face.
Damn.
Interesting,
Okay.
interesting.
And the third one is "Stop sleeping so damn much." Wake up, you're missing some cool shit.
Hmm. Now is this literal?
I like that one. I like that one.
Is this literal?
I'm sure there's multiple interpretations for it,
Okay.
right?
You don't have to take every card. You just take the ones that you
That
resonate with.
Got
Yes.
you. Got you.
And then the last one is "Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. You need some fucking time alone, and you know why."
Guess I gotta quit.
Wow.
Wow.
So yeah, those are the cards.
Okay.
Do you have any questions so far?
No.
No.
Unless you
Okay.
have anything like that.
Usually these are honestly self-explanatory. I honestly don't add anything. The ones that I usually add to is these cards right
Okay,
here because they're
okay.
not self-explanatory.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah.
those are the cards.
How do you shuffle that one? Because that's a really big
This
deck.
one I shuffle the same way.
Really?
Yeah, it took a lot of practice for me to learn how to
To learn how
shuffle
to
them,
shuffle 'em?
especially big ones because I have small hands.
Mm.
So with these, I just learned how to practice. But yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
So these cards, we're just gonna do a general reading.
Okay.
Just because if we go into specifics, it's probably gonna take a majority of the time. But so general reading, we'll talk about your financial, love, relationships, your career, education. So we'll talk about everything. Do
Okay.
you want to know the rest of August or the rest of the year?
Let's go the rest of the year.
The rest of the year. Okay.
More interesting, right?
So with these cards, it's the same thing as these. You take
Okay.
what resonates with you, and then I'll read what I need to read, and then once I'm done reading, you are able to ask questions
Okey-doke.
afterwards if with anything you're confused. So yeah, here we go.
Do we be quiet? So you can. Okay. My bad.
Okay, I'm seeing good positive vibes in here. Okay, so for starters, we have the Wheel of Fortune.
Okay.
Like I told you in the beginning, I'm only gonna do upward cards, not reverse cards, just because I haven't practiced as much into the reverse cards. So starting off, we have the Wheel of Fortune. This one talks. It's really good the rest of the year. Like it's gonna go
It's
really
gonna go
well.
great.
Yes. And also you have the World card. These two are very good positive cards to get in your deck. And so the World and the Wheel of Fortune mainly talks about the universe has a lot of blessings and opportunities coming your way and stuff. So from there you have a new beginning of knowledge, learning the rest of the year, and for the most part it's the universe is going to bring you more open doors of opportunities to learn on new things. It could be relationship, career, whatever resonates with you. And then we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands, usually I could see it's so funny because it's talking about inner child healing. So it's mainly talking about just like self-love and stuff. And I could see you spending a lot of time with your loved ones, family wise and stuff. Honestly, it's like a really good reading. And then we have the Star. The universe is trying to tell you like you're gonna shine brighter into people's lives. It's more of like you're gonna be the person that people are able to go to when they need light or happiness or anything like that, or any knowledge. So yeah, from there I'm gonna get some clarification for this card really quick.
Wow.
So what do you think is so far?
Interesting. I've gotten my cards read before, and usually they're not as positive.
You're shocked by the positivity.
Yeah, I was expecting like. Oh, go ahead.
Chris 17181 said secure the bag.
Secure the
Go ahead, get that money, or get whatever you love, man.
Yes.
Whatever's really feeling.
Ooh.
Do you have any air signs in your life? Libra, Aquarius?
What's an air sign?
So air sign are zodiac signs. So for example, there's for example me, earth signs are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo.
and you
and
said
then
Libra and
Libra,
what-
Aquarius.
What months are those?
Months. That's a great question. I know Aquarius is like the end of January to the middle of February. Libra, I know is I believe the beginning of October, ending of September, and then I can't remember the last zodiac, but those are the two main ones that I feel like.
None's coming to
No?
mind. I don't really know
Okay.
anybody that are.
So with the Four of Cards, it is gonna get a little dark in here, so you know.
Okay.
So for the Four of Swords, I could see that something's keeping you up at night. It's either a problem situation. It could be from your past. It could be something now, something that's stressing you out a lot that's not letting you go to sleep. But I feel like the universe is trying to tell you like look forward because they're trying to bring you more opportunities and blessings. That's why they wanted to start off with the good things first
Oh,
because they wanted to let
I
you know
know it.
like not everything is always going to be bad when you see things. You should
Uh-huh.
always look at the world like it's going to go good, my day's going to go good in that type of way so that the
Mm.
universe could give you those good things.
And
that
so
you-
these cards are the clarification for this card, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just
Because
so I follow.
honestly, when this card came out, I was like, I need more to it than
Okay.
just this card.
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah, that's why the universe wanted to be like, just to start off, you have good things coming.
Okay.
Like not with the bad things first.
Okay.
So yeah, the universe is trying to tell you like there's a lot of gifts. So yeah. So from here, there is gonna be a big transformation coming. The Tower is one of the cards that always define like something big is gonna happen. And it is most likely either gonna be good or bad, but
Okay.
it is for the better. Once that tower happens, that moment happens in your life, it will be by maybe the end of the year. You will become the hermit. You need to take time alone for yourself and stuff. Just because it's this tower moment is gonna take a toll on you. It's gonna take a toll on your
Okay.
energy and stuff, and you may feel depressed, sad, but in the end, it's like don't let it, I guess, chain you so much. Don't let it, because we do have the devil card right here. It doesn't really stand for the devil, but it's mainly like it's don't let this control you. Don't let this stop you from like continuing to move forward and stuff. And you also don't want to be like the King of Swords, where he's stubborn and he doesn't want to move from his where he's sitting. And so from there, the universe is trying to tell you like just be the hermit, take time for yourself, because in the end, like you don't let this get in the way of all these beautiful things that are going to come to you.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's what I got.
So this is, in your opinion,
Mhm.
what does that usually look like for people? Just wondering.
So I'll say an example. So for me, I always had a lot of tower moments in my readings, just because during that time I was going through an abusive relationship,
Mhm.
and I honestly thought like my cards are gonna tell me like it's gonna get better, but the tower card kept coming up. So the more I kept letting, like just pulling it off, stopping it, and it's like, by the time I finally let go of that relationship, it stopped appearing. And then that's when my big transformation happens.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's when your beautiful journey starts and stuff. Like it to me, in my opinion, the tower moment sometimes means bad or it could be good. But for the most part, when I look at the tower moment, it's like it's on fire. You see people falling, it's crumbling down, but yet you have to build it up.
Okay.
So that way, when you build it up, it becomes a better tower and more structured and beautiful, and it has all the stuff. But yeah, do you have any other questions?
How do you know when to stop? Like, how do you know when you're done shuffling?
So for me, I intuitively stop. So let's say like I'm shuffling a lot. Sometimes I could stop at just 3 cards that pop out, or sometimes I could stop at like 12 cards pop up, because for me, I have my spirit guide, and I believe my spirit guide is my great grandpa. So he's the one that helps me do the readings and stuff, and he's able to be like, okay, like just stop right here, or maybe there's more clarification that you need for this reading and stuff. So it's just mainly I started practicing my own intuition with the cards and stuff. So it's like I trust myself enough to know when to stop, because I know before with my best friend Irani, I would let her choose the cards, like as many as she wanted, but I felt like it's just better for me to know when to stop and stuff.
Okay. Do you feel any sense of anxiety or suspense?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Does it how much of it does it resonate with you? Is there
What is
any-
resonation supposed to feel like? Is it supposed to be like this rings true in my head?
Yeah, like it I guess in a way, just like let's say like something's keeping you up at night, like if that's true for you.
I didn't sleep last night.
Wow.
So I mean, I don't know if that counts. I mean, yeah, I guess, right? I don't know. I guess because a lot of it is like predictive, right?
Yes.
So I'm like, I don't know, you know.
So I know
Yeah.
with tarot readings, from my understanding,
Mhm.
because I didn't go to school for this, I'm not certified in this or anything. But it's more of like, these tarot cards are in the moment. So all you decisions that you've made so far, this is what the prediction is
Mhm.
now. but whatever other decisions you make after this, it will probably change your cards.
Have you always been a spiritual person?
So my backstory for spirituality. So when I was little, I had a woman named Ruby, and our family, I would say, is very spiritual in a sense. So with her, she would do tarot readings, and I was always so curious, like, what is she doing with the cards? Like, I was always curious. So, one day we went to Yosemite, and this crystal came out, and it was an amethyst, and I was like, it's really beautiful. And then from there, ironically, it's followed me everywhere. I always wanted that crystal and stuff, and then when I found out our sorority, it's amethyst, I was like, okay, it's not a coincidence at this point. So from there, I would say my spirituality journey started halfway through my relationship, just because I felt like I needed an escape from it, and I wanted to start making myself happy. So from there, that's when I honestly wanted to start doing tarot readings. And one of our sisters, Gabby, number 2, she brought me a crystal through the mail, and it was an amethyst. So I was like, I think this is my time. So I went to a little crystal shop at Palmdale, and I bought my first tarot reading. And like I told him, my first one was a fairy deck, and that one was a beginner, but your tarot readings won't be accurate. They won't. You have to practice with them, and you have to connect with the cards. And I felt like I wasn't connecting with that deck, just because I felt like it wasn't telling me the truth. It was more like, oh, like, you're gonna have a good day, like, just positive vibes. And I was like, no, I don't need that. I need like Blend, like, tell me what I need to know.
Yeah.
And so with this deck, it told me everything I needed to know right away. And also during high school, I also did I watched on YouTube tarot readings as well, and with them, like, it was always very accurate. Like, my relationship was predicted, what happened during it was predicted, my school wise was predicted as well. Like, most of it was very accurate and stuff, and it was kind of scary. But then afterwards, I started getting more into it, and I have my singing bowl, and that one helps with frequency and stuff. It clears your energy as well. And then I just bought my first plant this year, and those have really helped me, like, clear my energy and stuff.
Wow.
Can I ask why you asked me if I knew any air signs?
Just because there's certain cards, like, let's say for like the 10 of Pentacles, this is an earth sign. So Pentacles means earth signs, coins or swords means air, cups means water, and then wands means fire. So those are like the 4 elements of the zodiacs.
What sign am I? I'm a cusp Sagittarius.
A cusp.
Does that mean anything?
Yeah, I was really curious to ask you about like astrology signs, because I'm a Scorpio, and I've always wondered, like, because I hear a lot of different opinions. Like, does your astrology sign like make you who you are, or is it like, just some clarification?
Yeah. So I know there's something called a birth chart. So when you were born, on the day and the exact time that there's the stars are aligned in a certain way, and basically that's like you have a birth chart, and it's a circle, and like basically it shows you like the first note. It's honestly a lot. I haven't really gotten into it, but I know briefly. So your birth chart shows you like basically the rest of your lifetime. Like, it predicts everything for you. I haven't really gotten into it, but it's really cool to learn about it. And like, for some people, like, let's say you go on a date with the girl and they ask you for like your sun, rising, and moon. Those 3 are the main 3 ones that you need to know. Like, for example, like, I'm a sun in Taurus. That's I'm an April Taurus, and then my moon is in Aries, and then my rising is in Sagittarius. So your moon is your emotions, your rising is your personality, and your sun is who you are, like how you present yourself and stuff.
Do you think that thing is true, that like certain signs are incompatible with each other, or I saw somebody say that every sign can be compatible with each other? It's just like different levels of like difficulty in the relationship based on like astrology signs.
So for like relationship wise, I know I honestly don't try to believe into the zodiac so much, because let's say like my soulmate is like a Virgo, for example, and then I see that astrology says like, oh no, like, you guys are incompatible, then I can't date them. Like, I'm not gonna go really based off on that, but I know if you want to know like how they love, you would have to see their Venus sign, because their Venus rules love.
Okay. No, I'm a little confused. Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's kind of like say you're Scorpio, and like how she said like you're I don't know, I'm just gonna say a random one, like you're Libra, and her thing says like you'd be better with a Libra, but she knows you're kind of like a Scorpio though.
Uh-huh.
Mhm,
But you don't know what your Venus is, which is
Mhm.
what is dominated by love.
mhm.
Venus, is
Venus?
dominated by love. Yeah. It's
What
like
like
your love.
what do you
Like,
mean
how
by
do you love?
Venus? Like what do you
Like
mean
the
by my
planet.
The
Venus?
planet.
position of
Like,
Venus
yeah.
during
Yeah.
your
Oh, when I
birth.
was born?
Yeah.
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 Oh, so, like that determines my love language.
Yeah.
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 Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Do you have you
Yeah.
felt in your life that like it's been pretty accurate to your own experience?
With the zodiacs?
Yeah.
In a way, I would say honestly no, just because I feel like you would need to know. It's not just based on, like, let's say I'm just a Taurus and you're a Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't just be based off just those two signs. You would have to see like their whole birth chart. So for
I'll go,
example,
it goes deeper,
yeah,
right?
it goes
Yeah.
more deeper
Okay.
into it, because maybe you just weren't compatible, because let's say I'm a moon in Aries and then you were a moon in Aries, then we would bump heads a lot.
Mhm. Do you call it something like do you consider it like almost like a religious thing, or is it more of like a relationship of belief? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Honestly, I would say to me it's a self practice. So you
Mhm.
don't see people going out to church and meditate together for
Mhm.
spirituality and stuff. Because I know I'm Catholic as well. So people have different beliefs. Like for me, I don't go to church every Sunday to like praise God and everything. For me and my mom, we believe that if we love God, like he will know that we love him enough to the point where we don't have to go to church. Like as long as
Mhm.
we just keep doing the things that we have to do and stuff, then he will still help us.
Also,
in a
so
way.
you follow a religion and you follow the spirituality of this?
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
that's interesting. How does that like do any of your family members have a problem with that, or is your family religious?
I would say honestly, my family is the same as me. I'm not gonna lie, because I
Really?
know my mom. I got it from her because
Mhm.
she's very spiritual and stuff. And like with her, I would say like most of my family, I would say are witches in a way, but we're good witches, because I know that there's in some places where like they have the bad brujeria
Yeah,
and
they have
stuff.
like bad connotations to it,
Yeah.
right?
So it just depends who you are with, because maybe you're with a woman that has bad intentions and they come from that background as well.
Mhm.
Like there is something called black magic that I honestly do not want to be around whatsoever.
Do you know anybody who practices that?
Honestly, I don't.
You don't?
Thankfully, I don't.
Have
scary.
like, is there positive like witchcraft in the sense of like you do like spells, or like you do things like I've seen people gather items and like try to do like their own like kind of like ritual, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so I know in Colombia we had a woman who used to do our tarot reading,
Mhm.
and she read my cards and she was like, "Your ex is literally like taking your energy, like he like wants to drain you and stuff." So she did like a positive cleansing for me from afar, and that I started being able to sleep and stuff after that, after she did that
Really?
whole cleansing and stuff.
Yeah, I used to
Wow.
know a girl too who she felt as though her ex had put like a curse on her. And I always wondered like, is there like a positive witchcraft to like
Mhm.
get rid of that type of like energy?
Yeah, you would just have to find somebody that actually does positive cleanses, just
Mm-hmm.
because there may be a person that you're like, hey, like, can you cleanse me? And then they do the opposite. But in the end, it's like you would want somebody that wants to do the good karma, because good karma always comes back to you, unlike the bad karma.
Why do you want to like, what made you want to give people tarot card readings?
So at first I wanted to just do it on myself, because like I said, in high school, I got into it because of the other tarot readings I was
Yeah.
reading on YouTube. But then afterwards I was like, let me just share my gift. Let me see if I actually do have that gift and stuff. So when I started doing my family and then I started doing my friends, like it was really accurate and stuff. So I was really into it after that. And I was like, some people may not believe in it, but some people do. It may help you in some ways, but
So you said your tarot cards, you bought those? Like you got those yourself?
yeah,
And-
I got them at a crystal store.
So how was like the process on picking them out? Because you said your first deck was like you couldn't connect to it. So how is it like choosing your next one?
So I know the first one, I honestly went into the store and I was like, I just picked this one. And then ironically, she told me it was the beginner set. So that's when I started doing that one. And then from there, like I said, I guess in a way you would sense energy with it. And it's like, if you don't feel like the readings are good, then it's just a bad reading or a bad card. So from there I was like, let me go back into the store and maybe I'll find another one. And that's when I found the modern witch one. And I remember seeing it on TikTok and stuff, but I was like, maybe if I see it in the store, I'll get it. So when I walked into the store, it was there. They finally had it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it. And here we are.
Do you feel like that
Nice.
happens a lot? Like beyond astrology, do you feel like a lot of things in your life kind of like happen in ways you like everything aligns to almost like fate, like destiny. How do I explain this? Brandon, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
So are you asking like, do you find that like things just kind of align for you? Things just kind of
the pieces always seem to fall into the perfect place. That like especially when you read tarot cards that are about like the future, a lot of things in your life happen. That you're like, okay, like I almost knew this was gonna happen. Do you feel like that happens a lot in your life?
Actually, I do sometimes, and I don't. Just because I know, for example, this woman just gave me a Reiki book out of nowhere, and it was funny because a year ago I said maybe I will practice into it, but I'll let it come to me. And then she finally had the book, and then she gave it to me. So it was like a weird coincidence. But and often I would say, like, for example, when I had my readings in high school, like most of them would fall into place for the most part. But sometimes they won't fall in place because of the decisions I made too. Because sometimes I made the wrong ones. Like, for example, my relationship, I still kept going with it. But if I would have left earlier, maybe I would have been to where I am now.
In terms of, I'm sure you've done tarot card readings to a lot of people. I'm sure you've seen some common themes. Like, what's the advice you'd give to somebody so they live a fulfilling, like, healthy life, just based off what you've seen when you help other people?
When I help other people, I would say don't ever go into the day thinking it's gonna go bad. Go into it thinking that it's gonna go into a good day, because whatever you have your mindset, at the end of the day, your mind is very powerful in the end. And it's like,
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. We're just gonna take a quick commercial break, but then we'll talk about this after. Yeah.
Like,
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. We're just gonna take a quick commercial break, but then we'll talk about this after. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mysterious Jax from Ladies Night Radio Show. That's right, the entertaining, fun show with cheeseman, hot topics, and just all girl talk. This show is for the ladies, so make sure you catch it every Friday at 7:30 with me and my ladies, only on TGN Latinx. Hey, Michael, that's a dope-ass shirt. What is that?
You know what it is. I only rock the Flyers gear, and the Flyers gear can be found with TGN Radio.
Where did you get it?
TGNradio.net. Go onto the page, click TGN Shop Store, and you can get everything you need.
I'm getting mine right now. And make sure y'all do the same. Go get your TGN merch. Enjoy your show.
Hey, my name is Jasmine Sweets, and I'm so excited to be bringing you The Sweet Spot on TGN Vibes, Good Vibes, and R&B. Playing the old school, new school, and in between. I'm coming to you this summer. Stay tuned.
What's up, friends? It's IE and Friends. We're here at the Podcast Pit LA. It was so fun. We came to rep the IE. I think we did a pretty good job. So shout out to the Podcast Pit for having us. Shout out to TGN. You guys should definitely check them out. You should check me out, Saul V. Gomez.
Y'all can find me at I Know Caesar on IG. You can find me at airbear_IE on IG.
And you guys can find the podcast at IE and Friends on every social media network except for OnlyFans. That's coming soon. So stay tuned. So follow us and follow TGN Podcast Pit. Have a good day, guys.
Are you happy with your life, money, career, or relationships? Most people are frustrated with how life is evolving around them. What if you could change one thing to turn your life into a different direction? Would you want the insight? How could you transform your life with intuitive awareness? Learn more. Get answers today. Book a free discovery session with Coach Zena, intuitive transformational practitioner. Go to www.coachzena.com or follow on Instagram, coach.askzena.
Hey there, business owners. Don't miss our limited time offer. Advertise on the Good News Radio as low as $2 per commercial slot. That's right. Promote your business up to 4 times a day, every day for a month on live radio. If you're interested, email us at contact@tgnradio.net. Once again, that's contact@tgnradio.net.
Are you trying to buy a home, car, or make other investments and being discriminated against because of your credit score? At credit909.com, our professionals can help you remove judgments, student loans, child support, medical bills, and other erroneous and negative items on your credit report. Call 800-752-9763 today for a free credit analysis and consultation, or text credit to 909-688-5461.
Welcome back, everybody.
This is Rennie with the brown.
Who was that? Who interrupted you right now?
Anyway,
Sorry.
in the meantime, How was the commercial break for you guys?
It was pretty good. I thought I was very interested on what you had to say.
Okay, so my question for you is, what it seems the reason I didn't want to bring it up on air because some people would be like, it's confirmation bias, could be coincidence.
I get you.
Which totally fine.
yeah.
I accept that as a reason. It seems like this kind of thing always seems to follow me, or people who are involved in this always seem to like have something to say about me or want to like say something to me.
I would say maybe your spirit guides or the universe, whoever you believe in, are probably trying to tell you that you need to change something in your life, and maybe like they're trying to tell you like you're continuing the daily routines that you have, but something needs to switch, something needs to change, or they will make it happen.
Damn. Yeah, bro. Make the choice, or they'll make it
Or
for
they'll make
you.
it for me?
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing?
I guess it's up to you how you want to interpret it. Just because I know for me, like I said, in my relationship, I didn't want to leave until they made me leave, until I finally realized like this isn't good for me.
Oh, I
and
get what
stuff.
you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. The
Wow.
tarot card reading that he's talking about was actually I
No,
found
yeah,
it
we were at a-
insanely fascinating.
We were at a party once and everybody's drunk. I was DD, so I was just, I mean, I don't drink anyway. So I was just kind of chilling. And then some random girl came up and she was like polluted, you know? And she was like, "Oh, can I read your cards? Like, I know how to do that." And I was like, this is the first time I had ever like actually met somebody who did it. And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Like, you have them?" She's like, "No, she's Cards Against Humanity cards." And she started reading my deck and she was like, all these things. And then I called Steve over and she read his deck.
Mhm.
And then, yeah.
And we took pictures of the deck, and it predicted the pandemic. We went to that party. It was a college party before the pandemic, and it predicted about people being locked up in their homes and like so it was very
it was pretty weird.
during the pandemic. I sent him the picture. I have the picture, so it's not just like me having like a schizophrenic episode, right? It's the proofs right there. And it totally blew my mind. Okay, so I'm gonna read a few comments. A shout out to people who have commented. Patty with a Fatty said he's got cat vibes. Brandon does have cat vibes.
does.
He is. His spirit animal might be a
tiger.
He's a yellow. He's an orange.
What about
cat.
Black Panther?
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, cool. Annabelle Guerrero said Libra is until October 21st. Thank you. Said Connects. Hey, that's our buddy right there. He
Check
said,
out his podcast, by
Yeah.
the way. That's a great podcast.
Yeah, he said Primos. What's
Shut
up?
up,
And
shut
then in wording I can't really read, said supposedly the more you identify with the spirits governing the astrological signs, the more you give up your free will and are taken at a type of bondage, which stunts your potential. That's interesting.
Interesting take.
What do you think of that? Yeah, of that comment specifically.
Let me reread it real quick because I'm a visual learner.
Okay, I feel you.
Just to understand what you're
Yeah,
saying.
go ahead. I can kind of, I kind of like.
You
I see
understand?
what he's saying.
Mhm.
I see what he's saying. It reminds me kind of
he,
a
she, they, or
they. Yeah,
possibly
yeah. I'm
saying.
sorry. They, whoever they
Come on, bro,
are.
pronouns. Come on.
My bad. My bad. I think it's like it kind of reminds me of people who watch motivational videos, and that's all like they make that their personality, right? Like I saw a TikTok that described something that I find really weird. It's like guys wake up every morning. Oh, this is a generalization, right? Guys wake up 8 a.m. every single day to go to the gym, but then that's all they do. They don't do anything else with their day.
Yeah.
But yet they see themselves as though they're being successful and productive, but they don't do anything else but go to the gym. So there's no like actual like a room of growth. Yeah. There's they're being bond to like this way of living.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, right? Like, I don't know though. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I was seeing it mentioning the astrological signs, so I was like, okay, so meaning as in like if you believe more in the zodiac that you are, maybe it will like that's who you'll become. So for example, I started believing more that I am a Taurus, I am a moon in Aries, because the moon in Aries, they're very impulsive, and they're also very headstrong as well. But then I also have a rising in Sagittarius, where I also believe that I symbol freedom as well, because I always want to be free. I always want to have that free will to be able to do the things that I want as well. So for the most part, I do resonate with it, and I feel like what they're trying to say is like the more you bond with your zodiac, the more things that are gonna become, I guess, more accurate in a way.
Mhm.
But I may be interpreting it wrong.
Have any of you guys ever met people who are very strongly like they meet you and they ask like, "Oh, what's your astrology sign?" And you say, for me, example, it's Scorpio, and they're like, "Oh, like I don't think we'll get along." And have you ever met people like that?
I feel like I've met a lot of people who I tell them I'm a Sagittarius, and everyone is like super interested when I say that. Especially when I say that all my three, my rising and my moon, I'm all like Sagittarius, and everyone's like, no wonder we get along. Everyone always says that, and I
How does
never
that
get
make
it.
you feel?
To me, it makes me feel like a little nice, but then I'm kind of like, you're kind of just basing it off my zodiac sign kind of thing, which I'm kind of like, I personally, because I know like Sagittarius, from what I know, they're very adventurous, they're very outgoing, and I'm like, I feel like the complete opposite of that.
Like I like to stay in.
Yeah, I like to
being
stay
quiet.
in. I don't really like to like, I'm not adventurous, like I don't travel like how they say or whatever. I do like go to like places every once in a while, like but around here, but to go like beyond that, I don't really do that. But I just think it's interesting.
I guess what makes me sad is that I had like a really good acquaintance that I remember they just would always mention that like we're not like compatible. And I'm like, but I feel like we get along like very well. It's just like the whole being like confided to the like astrology chart of like, oh, we're not compatible, but makes no sense. We're literally having like a chill time. Like we're having like a good relationship. But I want to go back to the guy he commented again. I'm sorry I can't read your name. Oh, and I called you guy again. My bad. They interpret it without leaving the part about governing spirits out. The spirits are literal. Okay, so supposedly, let me reread his original comment. Supposedly, the more you identify with the spirits governing the astrological signs, the more you give up your free will and are taken in a type of bondage which stunts your potential.
So if you're saying that like you interpret it that the spirits govern you, then you're like confirming that, and you're saying like, okay, the spirits govern me, so you're giving up your free will. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but I'm interested to hear his like or there. I'm sorry, I don't know why. I don't know why I keep using the he, but their like idea of what does that mean? Is that necessarily a bad thing? Because to some people, being governed by spirits is a good thing. Like, oh, I love having my freedom, being like knowing that I never my future is not.
They said yes.
Okay. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Heylin?
I know for me, like I said, I believe my spirit guide is my great grandpa. Just because I know in my first meditation that I did, I felt a male presence, but I didn't know who it was, because I know for me, I haven't experienced like death in a way like my parents have. So when I started talking to my mom more about it, I started feeling like I think it is my great grandpa and stuff. And so then the more I did my tarot readings, the more I felt him more present in with me. And so with him, I know he was able to help me through a lot of things. And also sometimes he'll symbolize as a white butterfly. Sometimes they say like white butterflies are like your spirits or an ancestor that's visiting you and stuff. So I always see him present all the time, especially at my job. And with him, with the readings and stuff, he has helped me. And also I know my great grandma on my dad's side, she's helped me through like to be tough and strong and everything. Sometimes I know there's a one meditation where you're able to connect with your spirit guides and you're able to hear them and talk with them and stuff. Yeah,
that's interesting.
Okay, they commented one more time. Shout out to this person. Yes, because none of the spirits behind paganism or the occult are from the light. They are all deceiving demons, hoping to deceive humans to death, just to torment them after death. I don't know paganism. I don't know. Do you know what that is? I
honestly don't know.
No. Paganism. This is like totally a stretch, but have you guys ever seen Hereditary? Isn't that what they call the guy? Pagan. You guys don't like horror movies, huh?
I watched it.
You watched it?
Yeah.
But right, they call it the at the end,
so,
right?
yeah.
Pagan. Yeah, he's supposed to be like the I think in the movie they say he's like the son of
Don't
the devil.
Catholics hate pagans? I remember learning about that in school, right?
Really?
right?
It
don't
sounds
know. I
familiar.
don't
The
know.
pagan. This isn't the first time I've heard pagan for
No,
sure.
Isn't that why Christmas is in December? Because like when Jesus is like supposedly historically born is like during the pagan holiday.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they
that's what
moved
they
it
say.
to,
Yeah,
like December, right?
Julie, what does the internet say?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, so it says right here, paganism is a term first used in the 4th century by early Christians for people in the Roman Empire who practiced polytheism or ethnic religions other than Judaism. So their beliefs are pagans believe that nature is sacred and that the natural cycles of birth, growth, and death observed in the world around us carry profoundly spiritual meanings. Human beings are seen as part of nature along with other animals, trees, stones, plants, everything else that is of this earth. And then it says, yes, because none of the spirits behind paganism are called from the light. They are deceiving demons. Wait, so you're saying none of the spirits behind paganism? Well, because it's weird. Based off Google, it sounds more like a positive thing, like humans are a part of nature. But the guy or the person commenting, I keep saying the guy, the person commenting.
CD Connect says, isn't pagan a form of I can't say
Wicca?
Wicca?
What's
Wicca?
Wicca?
That sounds familiar too.
Now I gotta look at Wicca.
we gotta learn all these
We sound
terms.
so. I mean, you know what? We're being educated.
Yes,
That's what I'll
yes.
use.
We're learning.
We're being educated.
I
right
feel.
now. Shout out to the viewers, like for
shout out
dropping
to
all
you.
this knowledge.
It's interesting because for me, I feel like
Said connects. I'm sorry to interrupt you. It said connects. Wicca is a modern pagan religion. Scholars of shout out to said. Scholars of religion categorize it as both a new religious movement and as part of Oculus stream of Western Can you read that? Esotericism?
Yeah.
That's what it means?
Yeah.
It says, what is the meaning of Wicca? A religion influenced by pre-Christian beliefs and practice of Western Europe that affirms the existence of supernatural power such as magic and of both male and female deities who inhere in nature and that emphasizes ritual observance of seasonal and life cycles.
You know what? On that note, because you mentioned magic, I have a question for you. Do you believe in magic? Because I don't know where I stand on the whole like manifestation thing. I feel like I can kind of get behind where it's like, well, if you think positive and like you react positive, obviously, you know what I mean? There's like a real you can look at that without it being metaphysical. You can look at it without being spiritual. So I feel like that's easier to kind of get into.
I get you. It's like planning your goals, right?
Yeah, you know, like where if you're like, well, you know, like I think positive all the time. So even when bad things happen, I can react to them positively. So I can label those as positive. You know what I mean? But do you believe in the sense of like, no, like I can, like, do you believe in magic or like, do you believe
manifestation?
In like, not just manifest, just in that realm,
that
of,
realm
like,
of magic,
that realm of not just. I'm sure it doesn't count as magic, but like in that realm of like
putting energy into the universe and it becoming and manifesting as something physical.
Yeah,
right?
like let's say like in terms of magic, I was like, I don't know, tomorrow I'm gonna. This guy's gonna
the lottery ticket, dude. I tried, but it didn't work.
This guy's gonna like, this guy's gonna come wake up and then all his tires are gonna be like blown out, or you know what I mean? That kind of thing where it's like, well, I can't really. It's hard to explain like naturally.
I guess in your sense of way, I guess I wouldn't believe in that type of magic. I know for me, I guess magic in a way would be like for example, manifestation or what else? Like I know my mom literally whatever she says will happen. So for example, she said that she was lying to my brother saying like, oh yeah, Heylin's allergic to cats. So we can't have cats. The more she kept saying it, yesterday we just got cats and I started becoming allergic to them out of nowhere. That's one way. And then I guess I know for example, like when we go to the ocean, they say that you're able to cleanse yourself because there's a spirit in there, like the queen of the seas or something like that. I know there is that, like there's like different spirits as well, but yeah, that's as far.
What about like and this is a serious question because I see a lot of, I'm not making fun of anybody, I just mean like I see a lot of people talk about like they believe in like fairies or stuff like that, or like gnomes or stuff like in the forest. Do you like believe in that kind of thing, or what do you think of that kind of thing?
For me, I guess I honestly don't believe in it. I know some people may believe in it, which I have no disrespect for them for it if they do.
Yeah.
But other than that, I guess for me, I wouldn't say I believe in them. I mean, unless if we're like going into aliens and ghosts. I know for ghost wise, I do believe in them.
Yeah, ghosts. Yeah, right. Aliens.
Interesting.
Come on.
They confirmed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's as much.
I kind of want to see one because like some people swear up and down about
That
it.
they
But
see fairies.
well, but apparently fairies are actually like it's bull that they're like cool. Apparently they're like actually really evil.
Are you
Really?
serious?
I
Yeah.
heard that too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
on
heard
TikTok.
that
On
too.
TikTok.
What? Wait, what's the okay? But what's the like origin of that?
I
Why are
think
they evil? Or
that
how are they evil?
supposedly fairy like it's a trick like that fairies like they make you think that they're like all like Tinkerbell or whatever.
So
but
they're
in
the ones who
reality-
are writing that
Yeah.
they're actually good.
Yeah, but they're like devious or whatever.
For someone who believes both in like the Catholic religion and then also believes in like the spirituality aspect of it, well, how do you feel about people who are like atheists or don't believe in anything at all?
I honestly have nothing against them. It's just that if they don't believe anything, I mean, maybe something might have happened to them to that point, or they already had that practice already. Just because I know some people say that you need to believe in something to continue in this world. But
I heard that too.
Yeah.
Really?
Have you guys heard about that?
No.
That it's like human nature to believe in like a god, and that's why spirituality and astrology has blown up in our generation because people have strayed away from traditional like Catholic and Christian
People
beliefs.
kind of need. that.
Yeah, they need
Yeah.
something to believe in.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, that is
Probably.
true. I mean, we went through like something pretty traumatic, and there was some people who were very atheists and like wanted to find a different way of like moving forward and like getting with everything.
Isn't
So,
spirituality
maybe.
part of Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Like it's
Maslow's?
You don't remember learning
Explain. No.
that? There's like a hierarchy of needs, right? It's like shelter, food, water, spirituality, and then yada yada yada.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's like a food pyramid, but just with basic needs.
But that's why I ask, like, what do you think of people who don't believe in anything? Because to me, people who don't believe in anything, I think are very like interesting. Because I find it very hard not to believe in something beyond our realm. You know,
Yeah.
Even in a scientific aspect of like dimensions and like there's the fourth dimension and like it keeps going.
Yeah.
Or like how we don't know so much about the universe, like energy and stuff, or even consciousness, right? This is one of the things I really wanted to talk about on this episode is like existentialism, right? Like the belief of like we're existing here as a conscious being. Like I really wonder, what do you think of the significance that there's life on Earth and we don't, as far as we know, there's no other like life anywhere else? Yeah.
I know I honestly want to really get into that just because I know we can't be the only ones here in this galaxy. Like we can't be the only ones here in alive. But I know, like, for example, you know how certain people say like we have the processed food, right?
Mhm.
Somehow, some way back then in like the early ages of like cavemen and stuff, how were they able to survive on that? I know, like, for example, like for medical field, I'm trying to go into holistic health because it's about natural medicine and stuff. For
Really?
example, yeah, and with that, they talk about like Western and Eastern perspectives and how there's different practices of those and how for me, I'm not saying that I don't agree with I guess medication wise, because there are medications where, like, let's say for example I have cramps, I'm gonna take Tylenol to help with
Yeah.
cramps. But there is like natural remedies because there has to be a way where we can survive on this earth without medication. Because I know for me, I didn't want to continue in the medical field just because I see it more as a business than actually helping people. With holistic health, you're able to help them with the mind, body, and spirit. You're able to help them from the start of the problem, like what's actually causing this and stuff, with natural herbs and stuff.
For those people who don't know what holistic health is, how would you define that?
I would define it mainly as just I guess a natural remedy and a learning perspective that you're able to learn more about this earth, what you can actually do here besides having to go to like doctors and professional wise. Like for example, there's acupuncture where they're able to help actually in your nerves. Or there's natural medicines, like I said, like let's say you drink this green tea and it'll help you with your cramps instead of taking a Tylenol, and it actually helps better than the Tylenol. Also, like there's natural scrubs. There's other professions that I honestly can't think of, but I know the professor that I took, he was like, he's old, but he's super happy. And I'm like, I'm trying to be like you know, like, he's still acting young and happy at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Because I saw a video recently on my like For You page talking about holistic health, and it was this guy who he said there's been research done that shows you that people recover and do a lot better when they're sick, when they take care of like their whole life. Like they build better with relationships, like they do things they like to do, that apparently studies have shown that those people usually are healthier, or if they're sick they recover a lot faster. And so there's been like I don't know if holistic health has been big, but I've seen that it's definitely blowing up even more now.
Yeah, I started, honestly, I didn't know anything about holistic health until I took that class, just because my whole life I just know, like, okay, when you are sick, go to the doctor, go to the urgent care, instead of actually going to a professional like a holistic doctor, and they call it integrative medicine, where they're able to help from your cause and problems. But other than that, yeah, I didn't know about it, but I know recently it's starting to blow up little by little with like meditation, self-care, or yoga as well.
Really quick, reading off the comments that I didn't read off earlier. Set Connect said they're big on the East Coast, talking about Wicca in Salem. And then once again, our commentary said pagans are basically people who practice any spirituality other than what is taught by God, the Bible references. And then he said, peace, guys. I said but they said peace, guys. Peace out to you. Thanks for commenting over and over. And then Annabelle Guerrero said alternative health that doesn't deal with mainstream medicine like drinking pills. So that's what holistic health is, right?
To summarize.
No, yeah, I've heard about that. In a way, it's a lot more to me. It's a lot more human nature of I feel like it's been recently. I've seen a lot more people try to interpret like old practices in the sense of like that we're human, and thus like we need to look at our whole perspective, right? So for an example, as at the gym, so I've seen people say that like when you work out your arms, that you should be like walking while you're working out your arms, because apparently like we grew like in our DNA to walk around and use our arms and build muscles, and that when we walk around we build these small tiny like muscles that we don't normally do when we're just standing still. I saw people do it. I know you would know this because you're into boxing. When boxers use the rice thing, they say that it works out like microfibers in your hands, right?
My oldest brother, he's into martial arts, like kung fu, Brazilian all that stuff. And he would talk about how like he knew this like master or whatever. This is when I was young, and what they would do, and he would say that his hands were like stoned, where he would just and it would be like, damn, that like actually really hurt. And he said that he would get a bucket, and for like years he would just go like that with sand. Then after like 2-3 years he'd move up to rice, and he'd go like that with rice. And then 2-3 years he'd move up to like little pebbles, and he'd do that for 2-3 years. And then after that he'd move up to just rocks. And supposedly it like made his hands like stone. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe.
Annabelle Guerrero, shout out to you once again, said, or like having a doula during birth or having a chiropractor, doctors usually don't refer you to it. Then Israel Fu said, do meth. I don't know what that's referencing. It was do meth at one point. I don't think that's holistic health. That sounds pretty unnatural to me.
Yeah. I mean,
does
to
acupuncture count as holistic health?
I think you said so, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. I know for like doulas, I've been seeing a lot more of that just because
What is
I
that?
know so she's like someone who will help you during birth.
Oh.
So they're kind of like they're there to cater to you, like to the woman, not you, to the woman, to the woman who's
not you, not specifically not you,
specifically not you.
Yeah.
They're there to cater to the woman who's having
They
like
hold
the
your hand,
like
breathe.
they're doing like breathing, they're doing anything to make her feel good during the birth. At least that's from what I know. I know it's a lot more. But I know that it's mostly recently been happening a lot more just because a lot of doctors are not very catered to women of color. So
Doctors are probably they're more cold, right? They're like, it'll
like
be
if you're in
push.
pain,
They're just like,
I don't know if you know more about that. But
I know if you guys seen on Netflix Big Mouth, I believe actually Human Resources. It's the spinoff of Big Mouth, but basically it's about just these teenagers that go through puberty and stuff. But in Human Resources, it's about the hormones, and they talk about the doula. And I didn't know about it until watching that show, and they explain it basically like how she was said, like they help you through birth, specifically to the woman, to cater to the woman, to help them relax and that they have a smooth and healthy pregnancy instead of them having to use medication where they're like sedate me and then from there they give birth. It's more of just like trying to have them do a natural birth where they're able to do it healthy.
So like
relax.
the you're talking about what is it? What's it called?
Acupuncture.
No,
Doula?
what they give women for during birth. It's
Oh,
like
the
numbing-
epidural?
Epidural.
Yeah,
Epidural.
Epidural?
So like not that. So
No.
don't
No.
take that.
Yeah.
They say that women supposedly like the natural way to give birth is also standing up.
Yeah.
I've seen people say
I've
the
seen
water
that too.
birth. The water births. I've seen water births where they.
Oh, like in the
Um,
Black Panther 2 trailer.
Well, I mean, like people have like tubs in their houses.
So, Annabelle Guerrero said minority groups have been doing holistic medicine since the beginning of time, like eating soups when you are sick or lemon and honey tea when
That's
you have
true.
a sore throat.
Shout out to my mom.
Shout out. Gabby Lopez also said, have y'all ever heard about the pillars of wellness? They focus on 8, but they are more pillars. There are more pillars. It's viewing wellness as a whole. Occupational, creative, intelligence, physical, environmental, etc.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was talking about. The Maslow thingy.
Whoa.
That's cool.
Mm.
And then Annabelle Guerrero said doulas advocate specifically for the birth giver, pre, present, and post birth, also empowering the birth giver. So yeah.
So they're like hype men. They're like,
Yeah,
you got
you
this,
got
bro.
it.
You
Like,
got this.
Yeah,
you
and
got
I think
this."
usually like a lot of them do them like at home. Like you can do them. They come to your house.
Would
and,
you
like, they
guys?
do-
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Would
would
you
you guys get one?
I say yeah. One of my classmates, she actually does it. She's a doula.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she actually does it. And I've been like low key, and she's always posting about it, and she's always posting about birth, about
Yeah.
how like it's beautiful and like how it's beautiful that women can have kids and like do all this. So she's very spiritual with it, and I'd be like, I trust you to like do it for me. She's been practicing it ever since we graduated, so that's like what, since 2019. So it's been
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So she's the
See
best.
that.
She's the best at it.
I would-
What about you?
I know I would probably most likely do it. Probably for my first one to see how it would go, just because I know for me, I'm very independent with myself, and I know I wouldn't want to depend on my man too much. So it's more like if I know I have somebody that will have to depend on me, okay, then I'll be fine with it. Like,
Yeah.
because I know in the show there is showing her like bouncing on a ball, helping her like meditate with music and stuff, and at night giving her homework too to meditate. Yeah.
Really quick, everybody listening on the app, we'll see you guys next week. Everybody on YouTube, you guys still get us for a few more minutes. See you guys.
Okay, yeah. So we're cool. This is
Yeah,
app.
we're good,
The
yeah.
app is
The
over.
app is
Oh,
over,
we're on
yeah,
YouTube
but-
still.
yeah.
Yeah.
This
Okay,
is the extra-
as
this
you were
is
saying.
after hours, like we
After
like to
hours.
say.
As you were saying.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I would most likely get one. In the
See,
end.
what's interesting is my mom did that.
Oh, are you serious?
She well, no, not completely the doula, but she did the for me. She said that she wanted to have like a natural birth. Like she didn't take the epidural.
Oh,
that,
wow.
like she was like, I just want to know what it's like to like have a natural like birth. And she said she regretted it like immediately. She said that like she was giving birth to me, and she said it was the most painful thing in her entire life. And she was like, "Give me the epidural, please." And they're like, "It's too late." Like,
we didn't bring it.
And then, so for my little sister, she was like, "Nah, give me that
Well,
immediately."
because I know
Damn.
also like my mom, what my mom did. So my brother's wife was pregnant, and our nephew wasn't like, she had a due date, and he was still like taking forever. So then my mom was, and she was like, I'm already due. Like, I don't get why like the kid just isn't coming. And so my mom made her a tea. I forgot what kind of tea, but she made her a tea to drink. And she said that she drank it. And then I think like, I don't know if it was like a few hours or a couple of days later, her water broke. And then she said that her birth, her her giving birth was smooth. Like she's like, it was less than like an hour. She said she didn't feel any pain. She was just like, the baby just came right out.
Yeah.
And I was interested because like, you know how, I don't know if you guys have heard stories, but a lot of women struggle. Like a lot of people take a whole day to just give birth for one kid.
Yeah.
And for her it was like less than an hour. And I remember hearing that a lot of doctors were super like shocked about it. They were like, that took super less. And she was like, I felt fine. Like she didn't feel any pain. She was like fine. And I was like, Mom, give me that tea. I was like, give me that tea when I'm older.
You know what is crazy is too is that Annabelle Guerrero, you bringing that up, how minority groups have done it since like the beginning of time. Yeah, now that I think about it, like we've been around it. Yeah, our mom does it all the time.
And recently I saw her do it when earlier this year she had an accident. She
Oh,
fell
yeah.
down the stairs. She fell down a flight of stairs.
What's so funny, Julie? Why'd you
No,
laugh?
I didn't laugh. I was just like, fuck. It was a crazy time.
No, yeah.
And she hurt both her ankles. So she couldn't walk for a couple days. And then, us, like our group, like our health insurance is really bad. So she didn't want to go to the emergency room because she knew it was going to cost her a lot. So what she started doing like herbal rubs. And then what they also do is that with like marijuana, they soak it in alcohol and then they like do that. So she did, I forget what it's called, but it's like once you rub it, it like smells so much. I don't know if it's rosemary, but it was something. But she like boiled it and then she like did the rubs. She also said that she wanted to go get like a limpia and all that stuff. So it was kind of like she was getting massages and all that. I mean, now she seems
she
seems
did that
better.
She did that over going to the doctor, and she's fine now. She's completely fine, like it never happened. So I remember looking. It was basically just a tub of these really dark, different herbs and like water. It was just dark, like dark red, dark orange with a bunch of herbs in it. She dipped her feet in it. I remember it smelled terrible. Like it smelled pretty bad. But like it worked. I mean, she's chilling now. She told me another one was like she leaves her like water in this like glass, so like the water hits it because she says it gives it like more energy, and she like likes to drink it because she feels more refreshed. This is just my mom. Since we were younger, she's always had like these type of like I guess holistic health things. Like, do you remember when we get sick, they put the thing in our ear?
Oh yeah, my mom puts something in our ear.
It puts like kind of like this homemade.
The virus.
Yeah, it's supposed to kill the virus. Yeah, so it works. Like I always, whenever I'm sick, and if she hasn't done the ear thing to me yet, I always feel like I'm not gonna get better unless she does it.
She does the ear.
Yeah, I mean, people could say it's a placebo, which maybe it is, but I mean, it works for me, so I'm gonna pretend that it works.
Also referring back to our comments, Annabelle Girl said they also have birth centers and they are medically certified, so it's not something to be feared in case complications happen.
Oh, that's true. That's good.
Patty with Fatty said, "What's it like to hold the hand of someone you love?"
Interlinked.
And then he said
Interlinked.
And then Gabby Lopez said, "My aunts have a special herb drink for hangovers. It looks like shit, but works quickly to make you feel better."
Hey, send me the recipe real quick.
Post the recipe.
You know what? Yeah, post it in the comments. And then Patty with Fatty said, "Do you long for a heavier heart?" Interlinked. So for those of you who don't know, don't get the reference. He's referencing Blade Runner. It's the test that they give to
replicants to like make sure they're not gonna go rogue.
Yeah, to make sure they're not becoming a little too sentient.
They're
not
becoming
developing
too
feelings. Yeah. So that's why that's what he's talking about. But I wanted to give a quick shout out to you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yes.
It was fun.
Brandon.
Yes, thank you for reading my cards. It was a lovely experience.
I'm glad.
Julie.
No, it was dope. I'm glad she finally came in.
She's like,
here,
it was
though.
whatever.
No, I was like, we've been wanting to do this for a good while.
Yeah.
But I kept believing that it was like it just wasn't our time yet to do it.
It'll happen when it happens.
Yeah, it'll happen when it'll happen.
It found you, Brandon.
Oh, really?
It found you.
Found you again.
Found me.
It's because it happened and it was
worked
like
its way.
Yeah. But this was cool. I was like,
shout out to everyone who commented, man.
Yes.
You guys.
Shout out to all of y'all. Gabby Lopez said, if I knew, I would. LOL.
Well, this is your assignment. Please look into it for me.
Slide into our DMs.
Yeah, we'll give you a shout out. We'll be like,
thank you to everybody who commented. But
yeah, you guys blew up the chat today. I love that. But we'll see you guys next week. As always, have a good Thursday.
Yeah. Yes. Bye, y'all.
See you guys.
Oops.